the video starts, make sure you follow our socials in the description and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast, back again this week, and I have the lovely Rivia coming from me, Chris and Sloan from Rivia. How are you, boys?
What's happening?
Good, not too bad. Thanks
good.
for having us on.
Mate, thank you very much. Travelling all the way from the lovely sites of Liverpool.
Indeed.
People
Indeed.
love.
Very nice.
Costas Al Crosby.
I think you're the second Scouse band I've had on. I mean, all right, okay, half of them are Scouse. Well, they're kind of wolves, aren't they? They?
Yeah, they're a little bit.
I think
from like dotted about.
Yeah, I filmed with. So it was it. I filmed with All Right Okay a while ago because I know Alex Usher. I was just from like a friend of a friend, and they were dead sound, but not had many Scouse bands come on. So I'm wanting to move into there because. Even though people don't like to admit it, Scousers and Manx are very similar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're they're too similar in the fact that they hate each other because of how similar they are.
I would totally agree with that.
Like sense of humour, music-wise, everything is conjoined. Everyone's like, oh yeah, but Beatles are better than Oasis, lad. And they're like, oh yeah, but Oasis won't be around if it weren't for Beatles and all that. And you're like, yeah.
Oasis just ripped the Beatles, like anyway.
They came up in Liverpool anyway.
They did. Oh yeah, shit.
Like literally, like no one wanted to be a Scouser.
Yeah.
We're from Burnage. I mean, you can meet any man, can they'll have a story to tell you. About Oasis, 100%. Fantastic. So, introduce yourself anyway. So, you are predominantly a rock, sort of pop punk band from Liverpool. Is that the easiest way? Because it's hard to describe bands nowadays.
Yeah, it is. Like 40,000 subgenres. So, like new wave, post punk, alt rock, punk, pop, step.
Well, we started as like an alt rock band. We had this combination of like 80s and 2000s.
Nice.
And in the past sort of like year, we've lent into the 2000s stuff.
Yeah.
The most recent single we just like went for.
We went full skate park.
Yeah.
Skate park. Yeah, I liked that though as well because that is the sort of music that like when I was growing up. Because my sister was into sort of like mid-noughties sort of pop punks, your Paramore, like your All Time Lows, your Mid Six, for example. Yeah. So when I listened to your new single for the first time, I was like, "This is fucking me." This, you had a little bit of a like good Nickelback because there's good Nickelback and shit Nickelback, but you had the good Nickelback in sort of, especially with your voice, though, which I really liked on there as well.
Thank you.
And I was like, "This is a jam." This I was like, just bopping away in my car, listen to it. So we'll allude to it. So Fallin is your latest single that came out in February, didn't it? And it's done quite well. Is a bit of an understatement to say.
Yeah, we're happy.
Well, the best way I like to say it is your streams are currently at this, probably very similar to the streams for songs you've had out for quite a few years now.
Yes.
So it shows that it's sort of took off a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely the best release we've done so far.
100%.
We're really just like blown away by the reception. At first, it was a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, we were. Like, when we released it, we weren't as confident as we have been with other releases, just because we were sort of pushing the boat out a little bit, taking a bit more of a risk with like the sound of it and things like that. But it's like
leaning into that pop punk vibe. It was like, is this a bit too soon for this? Like we can see the 2000s are coming back. Yeah. We've had the 90s.
It's hard though, because it did sort of tail off a little bit on there for you as well.
Yeah. And it's like trying to tread the line between being too cheesy. Yeah, it's like
I love cheesy pop punk.
We're on the edge of that cheese line. Like.
I like it though. Like, it's just.
It's good, isn't it?
And also, music is about how it makes you feel. I mean, you have a little bop away, and it's a bit of a cheesy, like sort of lyrics.
It reflects the times as well. You listen to music from the 2000s. You know, everyone was so made up and having a good time in the 2000s because all the music's just dead cheesy, happy. Everyone's having a good. If it comes on the club, everyone's singing. Everyone hears that G note. In Black Parade. Yeah. Everyone's like,
exactly. Everyone knows straight away. Or even like with Fall Out Boy, as soon as you hear the first riff from like Sugar Going Down, everyone's like, hey, here we go.
Exactly.
Well, we like grew up on all that kind of stuff, didn't we? So it's like for us, it's like boss. It's so much fun.
It's nostalgic, man. And so when we lent into that, and it was obviously very different from what we've done previously, which was a bit more drive and like hard rock kind of stuff. We just didn't know how it was going to be received, and it's been received very well, which we're very happy about. It's been very nice.
So, what sort of? Because obviously, with Spotify streams, unpredictable.
Yeah.
So did you have like a plan to sort of try and get them streams up? Did you like try? Because I don't really understand how playlisting works and all this sort of stuff.
I don't really understand how playlisting works.
Well,
I mean, I say that I don't even understand how like TikTok, YouTube works, and I literally do it for a podcast. So I'm like, no one's got a clue.
It's weird, isn't it? It's a bit of a like dark art in a way.
Yeah, I get it. I get the like how it works. I know the ins and outs of it, but it is very like it's random.
Yeah.
But there is like mitigations you can make it to make it less random.
And it's very gate kept.
Yeah,
in a
like
way.
and as you know, like we were talking about before, indie's so big at the moment.
Yeah, indie's big.
It's really like if you're an indie band, like fantastic. It's a good time to be an indie band.
Yeah.
So getting onto playlists is different, depending, especially when you're pulling out cheesy 2000 songs.
Yeah.
So like, it is a bit of a look at the draw, and you know, as I said, you can narrow that look down. You can make it a bit easier depending on what you're doing, your strategies and that. For example, it's better. And this is a little tip for like just if anyone really.
Yeah.
If I was an indie band, if I was just starting, brand new, just starting up an indie band, I wouldn't be targeting the big indie playlists. I'd be targeting the really small, like listen to this to chill out playlists.
Yeah.
Because think about it, if you end up on a playlist that's got like tens of thousands of songs on it,
The likelihood of being played is quite low.
Yeah.
Quite low.
Yeah.
Especially because who doesn't listen to stuff on shuffle?
Exactly. And compare that to being on like maybe like, I don't know, songs to make you relax or songs to study to. Where you're maybe competing with less than 1,000 songs.
Yeah.
You might have less people listening to that playlist, but they probably listen to it for longer.
Yeah.
And the chance of you coming up in that draw on shuffle is much higher.
Yeah. So did you use social media to sort of push Fallin out there?
Yeah, we used a lot of it, like social media stuff and a lot of that new stuff where like reels and like sort of like embarrassing ourselves in front of a camera kind of thing.
Yeah, we're trying
getting used to it. Like
you just got to show your personality, haven't you? And it's hard to do that. So I've started doing gig reviews as well. I've done quite a few now.
Oh, sweet.
But it's so hard. It's so different filming yourself on your own than it is in a group format. Like podcasting's easy.
Yeah. I like podcasting. I think it's fun.
You're having a conversation, aren't you? And that's why I like doing in person. So I've only done a few virtual, and you can tell the difference in because you can't get that natural flow of conversation. It's more question answer. Whereas this is more of you can just get to know someone.
Yeah, we're just having a chat, aren't we?
Yeah, which is so much better. Yeah. It means that people get to see the real side of the band as well.
Well,
So have you been, who's in charge of like the social? Do you all take your fair share of it? Or?
Yeah, what was is probably like the captain of socials. Like,
we're not gonna downplay the role has at the moment. He's very much taken on
administration,
a lot of the admin side, day-to-day admin. Was has taken on a big role with that. Was is the guitar player.
He's bloody good at it though, isn't he?
Yeah,
like,
do you know what? Twitter was made for him.
Yeah, Twitter was made.
Twitter was made
for him.
Yeah, he's like, he's just very witty and very funny. He just comes up with like it's like silly humour. But that's perfect for Twitter. Because he just four pops into his head and he shares it with the world.
I jump on our Twitter sometimes and just scroll down and like I missed like 10 things. I'm just like, man's on fire. Like
he doesn't tell us what he's posting. He'll just post them.
You just got to get on every now and again.
See, I struggle with social media because I'm not a social media guy.
Yeah, same.
And I feel like I have to do it for this, and I'm like.
Well, this is the debate, isn't it, at the moment? Musicians, you're not a musician anymore, you're a content creator.
You are. You have to be. I'm thinking about all the big indie bands now. The K's have got the TikTok series where they're doing behind the scenes. The Ratings are doing the YouTube stuff. Like you have to be in this new wave. So otherwise, how are people?
It's just another frontier, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another avenue for new fans, isn't it?
I do have a theory though, and I do think it'll go the other way at some point.
Do you? It'll be a complete
think it'll go
shift.
like you don't have any social medias. The only way to contact you is a phone number. Like the only way to like get info.
So like Ed Sheeran sort of shit. Yeah.
I have seen something similar.
There's a couple of bands.
I've seen a few bands doing it where it's like you can only listen to our music with physical CDs. So there's nothing on streaming or anything like that. And it's like the only way you get those physicals is by coming to us and seeing us at a gig.
But you have to get to that level in order to do that, can't you? You can't do it starting off. You need
it's catch-22.
Yeah, it's like it's what you want to do, but you need to play the game a little bit to get there. 100%. So you've got a really big headline coming up on the 25th of April.
We sure do. We'd love you to come and review it.
Man. Oh, that'd be cool.
See, the problem you've got is my birthday, the 20th of April, and trying to. The thing is I've got a season ticket at football. I love going to gigs and I love podcasting. And I have one weekend and I've got a missus. And she is, let's just say, not happy with all the time I spend away from her.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But Manchester, different game. But you have you've got it's a big gig coming up. Yeah, in Liverpool as well. It's your biggest hometown show.
Yeah, it's our biggest headline we've ever done.
Nice.
We are very excited.
It's exciting, isn't it?
We're breaking it a little bit.
little bit like kids on Christmas Eve. Like we're like, oh, what are we gonna get? Like it's gonna be big, and we're gearing up for like a bit of a special show for it. Like
nice. It's a District, isn't it? Which is a decent venue in Liverpool as well. Like some big bands that have played there.
25th of April.
Get yourself there.
Yeah.
So is it you and Two Sports? Is that?
Yeah.
So
it's
free. Free Sports.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there is.
Yeah, don't forget John.
Yeah, there's John over there.
Yeah. Nice. So who are the sports?
So we got gondolas.
Yeah.
Are gonna be the main support.
Good friends of ours.
Yeah. Really.
Known them for a long time.
And the funny thing about gondolas, we've wanted to gig with them loads over the years.
We've done a couple.
But often what happens is we could have done like twice as much, but we've always like double booked. So
All our schedules have like not.
Need to get Woz involved. You need some admin. Let's get this admin going here. Come on.
He can do enough for our band. He doesn't need to manage all this.
He's just getting too many plates.
Have you heard of Time Tree? Just get a shared calendar involved.
We've got Google Calendar.
There's
about 12 people on our Google Calendar, isn't it?
Yeah, we got the management now on the Google Calendar. They're fantastic as well.
Yeah, shout out to our engineer.
Yeah, we believe
they have changed our band.
2 months,
tenfold
in about 2 months as well,
in the best way.
We've had management for 2 months, and I think we started this year with 2 or 3 gigs booked in.
Yeah, we're got like 22.
We're talking like 20, like one every 2 weeks at this point.
Nice. Is that primarily like Ange? Is she sort of getting the contacts? I've not met Ange yet.
Oh, she's boss.
I haven't met her.
She's great.
I've met her virtually because I had Tuesday Night Lights on the last episode on there and because I've spoken to them about 6 months ago and it never materialised just because of like conflicting schedules and like sometimes I'm shit at replying, to be honest with you. And Ange touched out and she was like, right, I've got these 2 bands in. And I was like, fantastic, right? Let me listen to them. Right, I like both of them. When can they come on? So straight away.
Well, we wouldn't be here without Ange, would we?
Absolutely. And, absolutely.
Yeah, we like just so much that they've done for us already.
It's been a very short time and a lot happened.
Very supportive, really, so we can't say enough about them.
Love them to pieces.
Love you, Ange.
No.
And she's definitely going to be watching this as well.
Love you, Ian. Hope you're okay.
Yeah.
So what are the plans for this main headline show then? Do you know like the set length? Is it going to be 45?
So we got gondolas. We've got Skal. Don't actually know much about Skal.
They're lots of fun.
Are they?
I'll just say that.
Okay.
That was a little giddy, lots of fun there. That was a little.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
A very good time.
Okay, so we got Skal, and then we've
got
the
26th off.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have fun.
And then we've got John Denton, who's opening for us.
Nice, John's messaged me before actually. Yeah, he's only a young lad, isn't he?
He's a great kid. He's a great
Johnny boy.
Yeah.
He blew me away. We went to go watch him in Hebe's a couple of weeks ago.
Was it last week?
No,
he's done some work
like
Salford as well. You know, like Salford Football Club. Like he's
doing bits.
He's great, man. Like he was playing a 12 string. You don't see that much nowadays either. So I was like, we came on and I was like, oh, 12 string.
It's mad how young he is as well. He's still in school.
He's 14.
Yeah, like, it's mad.
And he's like halfway through the set, he's like, oh yeah, I wrote this tune when I was 11. And you just start like busting out and you're like, mate, I couldn't even pick up a pencil when I was 11. Never mind, write a song. Like, amazing.
Yeah, he's a really cool kid. We got to meet him and actually chat with him and that, and he's just like down to earth. Like, he's a kid, and
it's a different level, innit? When you meet someone, nice, you're like, right, we're gonna get you on.
First thing he said, he was like, right lads, red or blue.
Actually was. Yeah.
It's just like, oh no.
Let's separate everybody to start off with, and then we'll go from there.
Let's go with the controversial stuff straight away.
Get it out of the way. So, are you doing? Is it gonna be a 45-minute set? Is it gonna be an hour?
It's gonna be as long as we can until they tell us to get off the stage.
That's what it's looking like.
This is our hometown show, and we are going to go.
This is the biggest hometown show we've ever done.
It's also been ages since we've played a proper big hometown show. Like we did the Jacaranda in November, and like that's like the last time we played.
What's the Jacaranda cap? Because they do comedy there as well.
It was 120, and now it's 70.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which makes me think. Every single time that Jack's been sold out, it's been over capacity.
It's not 70.
Like, no chance it's 70.
When that Jack sells out, there is more than 70 people.
100%.
Yeah, it's a good laugh as well.
Yeah.
Sweatbox, but it's a good laugh.
See, I don't know much, because Liverpool's a little bit out the way for me, because Sheffield's closer to me.
Yeah.
Because where we're based, it's just outside of Manchester, so closer
that
to
way,
Sheffield, yeah. So I don't really go to Liverpool for gigs, really.
Yeah.
Especially because when you got Manchester and you got...
Yeah, you don't need
84 venues.
Yeah.
Someone's always going to be playing in Manchester, aren't they?
Yeah, literally. I find that like I get frustrated sometimes. You know, big bands come like UK tours, and they'll play Manchester, but they won't play Liverpool.
Yeah,
I'm just like.
All the Scousers have got to go into enemy territory to go watch this game.
Gotta get their train.
They put the last minute trains on, don't they? They put trains at 11 at half past midnight because they know Scousers are coming.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to happen. Like, I saw Jamie Webster it was a Ritz. I love the Ritz. And it was just Scouse.
Yeah.
Was it actually?
Just Scouse, yeah. Because that was the year, it wasn't Sefton Park year, it was the year before that when he was doing...
When he was doing like a tour and stuff.
Yeah, he was playing a big show in Liverpool, basically, like a standalone show. Yeah. So all the Scousers thought, well, Manchester's closest tour show, let's go to that.
Yeah.
Good night, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's good night, and I was like, I'm just...
Never seen Jamie.
He's boss, Jamie.
You've seen him around the Arts Bar a few times, haven't you?
And we used to... in our old practice room, and he had a room down the hall. So like when I get there, he'd always we'd be like passing.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Hey Jay," and he'd be like, "Hey mate, all right?" And like, I just walked past, but that was like the extent of it. Like it was just like he's super nice though, and he's a proper Scouser.
Yeah. Never met him. Like never.
He's boss.
Just seems like he just seems like
got a good heart.
Anyone. It's the thing about like where we rehearse and where we practice and that. There's a lot of bands. And as you say, you sort of meet them in passing.
Of course you do,
going in and out, and like you might not essentially know which band they're in. You just see, oh, you're in a band. You're just sound guys. We're just chatting.
You've got that thing in common already, haven't you? Without even knowing who they are.
Yeah. So it's nice in that sense.
Like having a green room, innit? You basically got a permanent green room.
It is like that in Elevator. It is like that.
And the food's great.
Oh yeah, the Arts Bar food.
Arts Bar food is like.
So is this where you rehearse?
We rehearse, yeah.
Nice.
So we've got a room in Elevator, and then under Elevator, like to get to Elevator, you've got to go through the Arts Bar.
Okay.
Arts Bar Baltic, and the staff in there are just great, and like we did a little Kui set in there
on Tuesday
the other day. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's just dead chill. Like we're gonna, you know.
How many of you do the acoustic? I'm presuming it's not full band.
No,
we did it full band.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like you on the cajon.
Get the cajon out, innit? You know.
We go all in.
I love acoustic gigs. I just have to bring a box.
Yeah, great for you. Loads of views.
They are fun though, aren't they? As well, because
you
can hear the crowd.
Yeah.
A lot better. You can hear the people you're playing to.
Yeah. And
you've got to be tight as well with like we can't hide behind a wall of distortion. Do you know what I mean? We've got to be like on it. So I really enjoy that side of it. It's like you're stripped back, like you got to be good.
I just get it. It's one of the few gigs where because we normally just sit in a line. Yeah. So I'm not behind anyone, and I can actually. There's no big lights.
Yeah.
I can actually see people.
Do you not do like Harry Judd middle of the stage on a platform? Come on, boys!
Nah, we're not there yet.
But we will get there. When you're in I'm a celebrity, you.
Yeah. Well, that's coming. So also got to keep something, you know. And give them everything straight away.
We're gonna change the formation every tour.
Yeah. We've got some plans for the acoustic set. But now, like when I'm on the cajon, I'm just up front. I'm usually like I was next to you, wasn't I?
Yeah, that was great.
Getting being able to just see people, and actually smile at people, and like so we can see people coming in, and it's just like I'm just hitting a box, so I can look around and I can actually smile at people and stuff.
Yeah. So is this like, because with acoustic gigs, especially if you're doing it like an arts bar, there's gonna be people there who don't know who you are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was like half the reason we wanted to do this one, because we were like, let's just go and have a little gig, and let's go and like speak to some new people.
Yeah, and with like a few posters for the upcoming gig. It was more that one. It was like, if you like what you hear and you want to hear the full rig out, 25th of April.
Yeah, we're here. Again.
Little 45-minute advert.
There was a guy there from London with his like family. I think it was like his mum and his girlfriend or something.
Yeah, they came up for the weekend.
Like 17.
He
just came
walked
up
past and they were like, "Oh, this is great!" Like, just came in and that was the whole thing.
It's like a real life festival, isn't it?
He was a drummer. He was a drummer, and he just heard us playing, and him and his family came in. Yeah. He came up to us afterwards and chatting to us, and they were just like really sound people. Like, and again, it's one of them where it's like that's the one thing about an acoustic set you don't get from. Well, you do get it from other gigs, but it's not quite the same. It's very much more interpersonal and more chilled out, and you get to actually meet people and chat with them and that.
Actually have proper conversation. Instead of being like, "You are? Say that again." Yeah. And music too loud stuff.
Yeah. And I said, when you make a mistake, it's way more audible. So you've got to try and like play it off. We have a bit of a fun with it. Like he takes the mic and Everlong.
I do, yeah.
My God.
I'll take the first,
what is it?
It's
the bridge?
The bridge, yeah. Because I always think there's an extra round of like the octave.
You know, it's going.
I always say too long.
Keep going.
I don't know why you don't like. It's like I'm just stupid, I guess. Like,
I think it's like in the original song he does it like twice, and then the acoustic I think he does it like 3 or 4
times. It's like singing the wrong lyrics, isn't it? Everyone's got a song where you sing. You sing the second verse for the first verse instead of I've done it again.
It's just, but like I remember on Tuesday we were going round and I looked at Woz, who was like behind me, and he was like, "Oh, for God's sake, he needs to go now. Just go. If he goes, he doesn't." He'll
pick it up.
Because we were talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, I've actually got to get this right, otherwise they're going to be pissed off at me." So I was like proper like watching, and I was like, "When do I come in?" Like, it was like, "Oh no, it's now." Oh, missed it.
It's just become a bit of a joke now. Like we could just run with it for ages if we wanted to.
It is fun though, like because we do practice quite a lot, so we are like, and we've been together for a good number of years now, so we're all quite tight, and we all kind of know how
each other's strengths.
Got the chemistry, like the onstage chemistry with us all now.
We can push and pull each other, can't we? Like musically, and
we know when like I can kind of hear or feel when they're gonna go one way or when they're gonna go the other, and we're
even
quite
to
good
the
at
point where like I'm starting to get it now, where I'll hear you do like a very specific fill.
Yeah.
And like, because I try and obviously like being a front man, I'm trying to like engage with the audience, but obviously in rehearsal, I'm stood looking at him. I'm like,
we do like a big circle for rehearsal.
Like, so for me, that's the bit I've been trying to get like right, is like hearing Chris's fills that are basically just signals.
So like
for us.
So like Fallin, when we start Fallin live, it's just so you know on the track, it's just like a really distorted like drum pattern. And then all and then so when we do it live, we just drag out that drum beat for a while, and I'll fuck with it. Double bass pedal in there, like and all that kind of stuff.
And I'll just start doing some little
he'll be chatting away,
single stringer chants.
This is the new single. Get on it, blah blah blah. And all this kind of stuff. And then, as you said, there's just like a signal.
And that is a signal to go.
And
you wouldn't know that in the crowd, would you? You wouldn't have any idea.
Well, the thing is, I don't actually know what the signal is. You can just kind of hear it in the music. Like, we both kind of know it's happening now.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're going.
It's just like natural now.
It's a bit of like a different language, isn't it? Like, it's like a language without words. That sounds dead weird, but like... It's almost is that, like, I know, it's even like stuff you'll do on the kick, like, and you'll lay off the kick when you're gonna do like certain things, and like
so like there isn't a specific signal, but all the flashy stuff stops, and it's like, oh, we're going,
this is the time,
we're going. You stop messing about now. You stop showing off.
When do you play Fallin then? Is it because it sounds to me like a closer?
It's usually about third song in.
Yeah, we've been playing it song 3. We've changed the set order recently for the past few gigs.
So normally,
yeah,
it's a bit of a tradition for like forever since we've been a band. Yeah. We finish on our first single, which is Hello Stranger.
Yeah.
And recently,
we've
opened with it.
It's good though to change it up because you never know. Yeah. It is annoying though when you go see a band, you're like, right, because I'm a set list nerd. I'll be like, right, I know we were playing.
Gotta play this.
And then straight away you're like, fuck. I'm all out of killing. I don't know what I'm doing.
We've got a very I've got a mate, Liam. Yeah. He's big. He always comes to gigs. He's Manchester based, but he will travel to come and see us. And big love to him. Like if you're listening, Liam, nice one. He's a colleague as well, but he's always asking like, what's the set list for the upcoming gig? And it's like, brother, I don't even know. It's like we change it on the day sometimes. Like, but no, like as I say, Hello Stranger's normally the end song. Yeah. We've been playing it at the beginning. Got a nice big opening for it, and like we brought an old song back to finish the set.
Nice. Okay.
We haven't played it for about a year, have we?
Yeah.
And we started bringing it back, and it's working, isn't it? So we're excited to do that at the headline.
It's been nice to sort of give that song a rest.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Sometimes it can be done for your sake more than the crowd's sake.
Yeah.
Let everything else breathe.
Yeah.
For a bit, get a bit of chance to.
Because I find now, like, because we played it. Should we?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, go on.
The song in question's Amsterdam.
Okay.
I haven't played it for about a year.
And good streams out on Spotify as well. Is that your top stream? It's like 25-30k.
Second, I think.
Yeah, I think it's second.
I think it's second after Hello Stranger.
Yeah. Nice. Amsterdam and Hello Stranger had a little battle for a while, didn't they?
Yeah. People loving them.
Yeah.
Bouncing backwards and forwards between them for a good little. I was during COVID as well.
But yeah, we haven't played it for like probably a year.
Yeah, I think I'd say it was at least a year since we last played it.
Like going back to it, it feels.
In fact, I know it's a year because it was around this time last year where we got rid of it because we were getting ready for the YNOT festivals and stuff.
Nice.
We're getting ready for it, and we were like, Amsterdam's a bit more of a not a ballad.
Yeah, it's a bit more chilled.
It's not as high energy, and when we were going to the Fezzies, we just want bang. Yeah, we just want energy.
We wanted machine gun.
Yeah. We wanted like people bouncing and that kind of thing. So that's why we kind of took it out. And we thought, we're doing a big headline. We've got the time.
Yeah.
Let's send everybody off. Everyone remembers the first few songs and the last few songs.
100%.
Yeah. So the last song being like, we've changed it. It's not the same as on streams. Big. Like, it's about twice as long now.
Yeah.
We fuck with it, you know?
Yeah. To be fair, I think the intro for the live intro, if you will, is probably some of the best shit we wrote.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It's really like
just have fun with it.
Yeah, it's dead fun, but it's like dead emotional, dead powerful.
Kind of shows off our musicality a little bit more,
which is what you want as well.
Yeah. We are musicians, like we do write music.
Like I feel really good when we play that.
Yeah, it's cool, and as a set ender, it's got a very nostalgic sound to it.
Who's in charge of sets then? Is it? Do you all chip in?
Yeah, we all kind of like get in the room.
With how you rehearse in a circle. It seems like there's no hierarchy in the band.
Well, we try our best to run it like a democracy, don't we? So like we said very early on, like
very scouse. It's very scouse. Yeah, I love it. Everything's a democracy.
Yeah. Like, we did like because it saves a lot of arguments. Like we said, like we're going to split 25 down the middle, everything. I know everyone's kind of got a different opinion on that kind of stuff, but we were like, you know what, fuck it. Like
it makes sense.
It saves a lot of it saves a lot of arguments. Saves a lot of like headaches and
in the beginning.
Like probably worked out for the best. I think like it's caused.
You're coming to see Rivia, you're not coming to see Slow.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean?
Exactly.
And the reason, like we said this from day one, and the reason we did is because when I joined the band, it was basically all you writing, wasn't it? And it was like, well, with that in mind, I thought it was going to be like diva singers. Like I want 90%. I want this blah blah blah.
That's it, right? Here, we're splitting everything.
Yeah, which I was like, okay, that gives me an incentive. That gives me an incentive to actually have input.
Of course,
You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what I wanted, like, because I'd been in bands before, and it was basically like my solo project, and like I didn't like that. I didn't want. If I'm going to be a solo artist, I'll go and be a solo artist.
You've got no one telling you no.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
Which you don't want. That's like the last thing you want.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Absolutely. No. Absolutely. And that's what I love about the lads is like, I've come in hot a few times, like, and be like, boys, I've got this. It's like, it's gonna be amazing. Like, come on, like, you're playing this, you're playing that, and the lads are like,
headline download next year. We're here. Come on,
shit.
and the lads like, take that one back to the shed and redo it because it's
rework that. That sounds really like that's the wrong kind of cheese. That that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's no cheddar. That's just
and often like and we all have ideas and we all bring ideas to the table. So often it'll be like the songwriting process now seems to be one person comes in with an idea or like a skeleton,
and then we
all build on it.
Yeah.
So like all the drum parts.
Fallin's a really good example.
Fallin's a great example of that. So P came in, the bassist. He came in with just the bare bone skeleton. He had like a demo.
Yeah. Okay. And it was just the music, wasn't it? And
it was
like,
literally just music, no lyrics, no melody, anything like
literally
that.
Literally just like verse, chorus.
Chords with like a.
It sounds to me listening to that like. Because the chorus is very tight. I thought the chorus had been written first.
No, that was the
last
thing to be wrote.
So I thought, from listening to that song, that sounds to me like that was the core and you built round it.
Well, funny enough,
that's weird.
The lipstick line.
Yeah, you came up with that.
I came up with that on the day.
Interesting. Because that's a line that sticks in my head.
Yeah, it's like the hook.
Yeah.
And that. So we did. So he came in with he put the demo in the chat, and we were like, "That's cool, man. We'll run that in Pracky this week."
Yeah.
And we got in. We all played around with it.
Fascinating. I would never have expected that at all.
Yeah, I threw like the drum part, like changed because what they normally do, like U and P, you just use like an AI drummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a robot drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the guy's name?
There's a few now. So you've got like Kyle. Kyle's boss.
Of course, he's called Kyle.
Kyle's great.
Kyle the pop punk drummer.
Of course he is.
Kyle's got a snapback.
And then you've got... Kyle's got a skateboard behind him.
Kyle's got a fucking mohawk. What's the other... Like, you've got like Gavin. Like there's
Gavin. The names.
Literally,
who came up with that?
A Rolodex of session drummers. That's great.
But yeah, they'll come in with like this AI drum, like basically MIDI drums, and so that gives me an idea of what they want. And I'll either say, "Nah,
I'm changing that,"
or I'll play it, or usually I do change it so it's me and not Gavin. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true. And
well, it gives you a good idea of structure. And then we got in, we played around with it. Was put his like lead line on it. He messed around with it. He's just Freddie Mercury. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then
just
like
anything with Ed, and then. Like something is now Warren's name, so like Shreddy Mercury, Shred Durst,
anything,
like anything we can get Shred in a name. That's it.
And then call him a Shredder. Go full Teenage Mutant.
Then so from that we were like, this sounds cool.
Yeah.
This is different. It sounds cool. It's very pop punk. It's very it's way more pop than anything we've done before.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to come up with melodies and stuff, and we had the and I just put that line was going your lipsticks. That just came around, and then we just started repeating it. Got your lipstick stain on my t-shirt. Got your lipstick stain on my t-shirt.
Went away and just like got my pencil out and was like, right, this tune makes me think about like nostalgia, like being a kid, but like the relationships you have when you're a kid, and it's just insane. Like it's just so high and then so low, and it's like you get together, and then you break up, and then you come back, and then it's like, and then I was like, I kind of took that idea and just sort of ran with it, and was like, I love that sort of when you're young and you just like fall in and out of love.
Yeah, I say that was the last part of the song.
Yeah.
Because to me, listening, I was like, I thought that'd be like that must be the first link because it's such a strong chorus, and strong hook and chorus link. You think that's got to be there for years. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I want to dive into your festivals and your supports in round two, and then we've got some listener questions as well. I think we've answered a few of them as we've gone through, so just listen out. But yeah, we'll see you in part two. Part two, and we are back. Nice short little break, and we discussed a little bit during the break on there for you, but I wanted to dive into it on the pod as well about the festivals, because you played some big festivals over the last 2 years. You've done Isle of Wight and YNOT, which are two huge festivals.
Yeah, we were very lucky and very grateful for those ones. Big thank you to This Feeling for having us there.
Offbeat Podcast is basically a This Feeling feeder. Because everyone knows. Because the best thing about This Feeling for me, from the outside looking in, is because they do these festivals. Yeah. Everybody gets to know everybody within the band.
Yeah,
so it means so like I get bands now who are like, oh, I know Spangled.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'll message the Spangled Boys, I'll message Ben and be like, oh, what are these like? He's like, oh, it's sound. I'm like, right, we'll get them on.
Yeah.
Straight away, I'm like, right, there's going to be no danger in me approaching these because I know they're going to be sound.
It is amazing for that whole thing of like creating a scene.
It's a community as well, isn't it? Yeah.
It's so good for that. Like, we met so many people on that first Isle of Wight trip.
Well, that night. That night, man. So we were.
I got PTSD from that first Isle of Wight trip.
We played the Saturday, and then we were sticking around on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because me and Woz were playing with Liz the next day.
Yeah.
And then, but the night before, it's like that Saturday night after we gigged. I think we gigged at like 6.
It was like 6 o'clock. Yeah.
And then it was like, as soon as that was done, it was like, he's on holiday.
Yeah, I was like,
Peter was on holiday.
Hang on a minute. There's like a giant crate of beer the size of me with our name on it. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, like that was the. Yeah,
we're on.
Yeah,
we are on.
So
and that was me.
I just remember one of the big like memories for me was just standing there with Chemical Brothers playing and just stand there like a massive like pit of you and
such a fucking weird acting again. I saw him at Creamfields and I was just loved it. I've got no idea what's going on there.
I was just watching the screen like, wow.
At one point, a robot came out on stage on ours and I was like, is that me?
Is that me?
I've got a few mates who like are big into like EDM and like tech stuff and that, especially like Liverpool as well. It's just like tech central, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tech. Very tech central.
We love a minimal tech. Yeah, long build-ups and disappointing drops.
Yes, fantastic. Someone said it on me. Yeah. See, I am very much the opposite way. So I love drum and bass.
Yeah, I like drum and bass.
I love drum and bass.
I'm a massive Pendulum guy.
Yes, I love Pendulum. Pendulum are the best drum and bass act around.
Yes.
Do you know I saw Prodigy last year?
Did you?
Yeah.
And they were very, very disappointing because I saw Pendulum a few weeks later and I was like, right, so that's that's how you should do drum and bass. Yeah. Whereas Prodigy was just a bit...
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They were forgetful, I'd describe it as. Which is weird because they're Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... See, I'd have had Prodigy...
up there.
No, Pendulum are the one. Like, Pendulum are brilliant. And they're very... Because you can tell that they are a band rather than a DJ, if that makes sense. So if you're into your bands, like for example, like they've got loads of they've got like metal songs out. And they're just brilliant. And they blend metal and drum and bass together. I could talk about Pendulum all day.
Which is... I love bands who do that. Like, bring me doing a lot of like the techno and metal.
Yes, they do.
Electric
Sabian do it in the indie world as well.
Yeah. Callboy, Electric Callboy are just like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah, you love those dudes.
I love Callboy. I mean, I went to see Callboy about a year ago, 2 years ago, and they had like 5 outfit changes. Just to match, like they're like the only metal band having fun. That's everyone else in the metal scene's like dead, like serious, like man, we're dark and like this.
It's so dark and
Callboy are just like, let's have some drinks and have a laugh, boys. Come on,
pass me the neon pink leg wars. Let's fucking go.
It's so good. Like, imagine like the 2 best live events in my opinion for music are metal gigs and raves.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, and callboy gigs are, it's a rave, and then all of a sudden there's a breakdown, there's a wall of death.
Yeah.
And then it's lasers and lights again. I was like, you know, and then there's a wall of death again. I was like, what's going on?
Well, I mean, you're in Manchester. We've got it's a whole warehouse project, and obviously it's so ingrained in sort of Manchester culture. Now, obviously, Hacienda back in the day as well. Like, but I was just never a tech guy.
Yeah.
Never was. I just find it. I'm too ADHD for it. I'm like, what?
It's boring, isn't it?
I need something to happen now.
Right,
and nothing is. And everyone's like, woo. And I'm like, what are you doing?
It's like the music's. If your music's only good when you're taking shitloads of drugs, it's probably not that good.
Yeah. See, I get why people like it. Like, I'm very much of the opinion. Like, I like Bring Me the Horizon. I understand why people hate them. I get it.
Yeah, me too.
But I love it.
Yeah.
It's a similar sort of thing. What is your sort of... like inspirations as a band? Then are you all into rock, or are you?
We're all over
eclectic,
the shop.
everything.
Yeah.
We're
quite all over the shop.
A wide range. I've definitely got the heavier tastes.
Yeah. You're the quote unquote metalhead of the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a metalhead. If you said to a metalhead, I'm a metalhead, they'd tell you to like, fuck off.
That's why I use my quote unquote.
So the guy Rory who runs Dark Pete Barbers, where we're filming in now, and he is metalhead.
Yeah. Proper metalhead, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. But to be fair, he is very eclectic as well. No. But like lots of tattoos, mullet.
Yeah,
big lad, stocky. He looks like he would hurt you, but then as soon as you talk to him, he's lovely.
Yeah. Nicest guy I've ever met.
That sort of metalhead. Where everyone metalhead has been lovely, but they look like they want to hurt you.
Yeah. Like, they look upset about something, but they're not really.
Like, he's the loveliest guy in the world, and he's actually a really happy-go-lucky guy. But if you just looked at him from across the gig, you'd be like, he wants to. He wants to be in the grave.
He'd stomp on my head.
He's scary.
He might do.
Like so. My tastes are like my favorite band is Avenged Sevenfold. I think they're just songwriting geniuses. Live shows incredible. I've seen them twice.
Massive as well.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Yeah.
And I got into them at a very young age. Some lads in school. So when I was younger, when I was in like year 8, I was playing drums a lot. I've been playing for a little while already, so I was quite good for like year 8 kid.
Yeah.
So I ended up playing with all lads who were like in GCSE and sixth form, and they were putting me on. They were basically just put all their influences onto me. That's why all my influences are like what somebody who was a few years older than me should be. Like,
see, that makes sense. I've got an older sister, hence why I like mid-noughties pop punk.
Right, exactly.
Because I grew up listening to her music because it's what she listened to.
Yeah, well, so like my first ever band I was in was a goblin metal band.
Fantastic.
Goblin metal band.
I found out what pirate metal is last week.
It's incredible.
Throw your boats, lad. It's amazing.
It's fucking amazing. It's like an explosion of weird.
Yeah, but it's
what's
cool.
Goblin metal?
Goblin metal is like exactly what you think it is.
Right,
it's like, so the guys I used to play, I can't remember the second names, but it was Jack, Mark, and Liam. And these lads were like incredible musicians for their age, and like they were all big on Muse, and like they liked Avenged Sevenfold. So a lot of their stuff they put onto me, and like their basic Goblin metal is basically like it's like avant-garde metal.
Okay,
it's very experimental. There's a lot of jazz influence in it. And it's a lot of like avant-garde experimental. So it's really weird.
It's out.
It's like they're the guys who got me onto like Mr. Bungle, Oingo Boingo, like Danny Elfman, like
so they all sounded like slurs rather than band names.
I'll treat yourself to a bit of Mr. Bungle.
I've got my good mate, my best mate Kieran. He's he doesn't look like he likes the music he listens to. Yeah. He looks like a chav. But he loves metal. Like he's he's one who introduced me to Hailstorm last week.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So he's dead into his metal at the moment.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna give him all them band names and say, you go.
Mr. Bungle, treat yourself to Mr. Bungle. Oingo Boingo is just Danny Elfman's band. Danny Elfman did all the music for like Nightmare Before Christmas and all that.
Right, okay. It's a great band.
Yeah, it's spot, isn't it? But,
and you, Sloan, what are you into? Are you into Goblin metal?
I just like Robbie Williams. No, I'm a bit all over the shop. I'm very much if it's good music, it's good music. Good music is good music. I'm very much like don't like genres and subgenres, but I love like my classic rock. Like I love like my 80s glam metal.
We're talking about AC/DC, like Kiss,
Pantera,
like Skid Row, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, like all that. All just dudes with wearing pants that are far too Motley Crue, pants that are far too tight, far too much glitter, and far too much hair. That's a bit of me, though.
Especially in the
super masculine.
Did you have any like more like, sort of poppy influences in the band then?
Peter's more of a pop music.
P's the pop guy.
P's very much like
Wombats.
P's very Wombat, obviously.
1975.
I reckon he's got a guilty. And do you know what? I don't think he would call it guilty pleasure. He definitely loves a bit of Tay-Tay, a bit of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Fair dues.
I'm on the fence on Taylor Swift. Mate.
I love her music. I hate her fans.
I like her old stuff.
Yeah, that's like where
love
I'm
her
at
music,
with it.
hate her fans. I think her music is so catchy.
Yeah, she's an incredible songwriter.
She's a TikTok singer before TikTok was a thing. Like,
that's exactly.
It's a great way to put it. That.
Yeah, she because the TikTok singers now.
Yeah,
I'm like you can just get them in your head straight away, and they won't leave it for a week.
Yeah.
But she did that before it was even a thing.
Yeah, I feel like she's I like her old stuff when she was a bit more folky.
A
bit more, that was a bit more genuine.
But her
I think
country
now
stuff that she's bringing in now is good. Like, it is interesting.
Yeah.
She had a bit of a weird, like, very poppy phase, which was a bit...
Yeah. I think it was just too corporate.
Yeah.
It wasn't like authentic. That's why I like her old stuff. Her old stuff's very authentic.
Yeah.
It stands the test of time as well. Like you think about Taylor Swift, the songs that'll come into your head are either oldies or like relatively new ones or the big hits. Like for me,
you were young when I first saw you.
I play that sometimes and it goes.
Well, story, it just goes.
45-year-old fellas giving it that Romeo.
Yes, but it's such a good song. Like, it is good. It's great.
It's well written.
Banger.
Yeah, it's
really
brilliant.
Banger.
I even remember the video for it. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
You know what? And that is the perfect definition of a TikTok song before TikTok came out.
Yes, 100%.
That's absolutely a TikTok
It's
song.
basically like 3 songs combined into one where you could section them out, which is weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just, it's built for TikTok.
Yeah, it is
It's
mad, isn't it?
odd, isn't it?
Never thought about it like that, but that,
Isn't it?
a very interesting take.
Yeah, let's listen to it because you're learning about and like there's some, I can't remember his name now. There's a guy who's massive on TikTok and he performed at the Brits.
Benson Boone.
Benson Boone is good as well, but he is off. He just looks like he's off his head and he's having a good time.
I don't know.
I'm trying.
I'll be honest. I don't do the
It's called
Brits.
Miles. He's the black lad who's amazing.
Kane.
No, it's the guy who did Stargazer.
Yes, he is.
On to-
I listened to him playing at the Brits, and I was like, "You are incredible."
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's got basically these 2 massive songs on TikTok, and he's like just taking over America now.
I don't know what you're on about.
You
Honestly,
know the song when we play it to you.
I'll know it for
Turn on the radio and he's on the radio.
Yeah. But he was brilliant at the Brits, and I was watching like big artists performing against him, and this guy who's probably 1 album deep.
Yeah. Like 2 singles deep.
Yeah, and he was just better than him.
Yeah.
Like, he was just brilliant. And I'm like, it's just different, different levels and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But he's very much like he came from a Brit school, that sort of.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, he's just in the industry.
Yeah. See, I don't watch like the Brits at all. I don't watch any.
Yeah. A lot of people. I get why you wouldn't watch.
I think it's just too like it's just not real, is it?
I watch it and every time I'm like, I'm not gonna get pissed off this time, and every time I get pissed off as soon as I'm watching it.
It's just so like I just think it's so fake. It's so it's just so corporate and like
you have to get your face has to fit.
Yeah. Look into how they structure how they give the awards out as well.
Yeah.
It's backwards.
Is it? Why? What did they do?
It makes no sense. It goes to like a committee, so it's like effectively like a board who decides.
Yeah, and that board, I wonder like.
So like the votes don't mean shit.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it's like and
on that board, like let's be honest,
like Stormzy won the best rapper, didn't he, this year? And Stormzy came out on stage and went, "This is pointless, me winning it." Basically, he was like, "It should have been Central C because he's."
What's he been doing, Stormzy?
Exactly. He did Chasing Status, didn't he?
Yeah, it's
and another single.
Yeah.
And
I'm not big on like on rap.
And a Mackey's advert.
Yeah, and Mackey's
oh my god, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. By the way,
but he came out and he understands it. He is. Like, the industry love him, but he's not really an industry guy.
But he came out.
He said Central C should have won this.
Yeah, Central C should have won it,
Fair
or Doechii.
Yeah, well, I'm not into my rap either, but I know that they should have probably won it. But even still, like, last time Bring Me the Horizon did very famous now performance where they just
trash Coldplay.
They got on Coldplay's table, didn't they?
And just booted.
It was over like it was something to do with like a rights thing, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. I just know.
I
remember seeing. That's.
I'd love to smash up Coldplay's table.
See, I feel like I feel like if you get the opportunity where you're in such a situation like that, I feel like if you are playing by the book, where you go up on stage, say thank you to everybody who's got me this award, thank you everybody, blah blah blah. If you do that, you're gonna get forgotten.
Yeah.
You need to use that as another like springboard to go
somewhere else.
And Ollie
for the right reason.
Ollie Sykes is very good at tapping into that.
Yeah.
Very good at making
just that shock factor.
Well, let's be honest. If you don't like him, you probably call him an attention seeker.
Yeah.
If you do like him, you call him like an entertainer.
Yeah.
That's how that's how I see it, and like it's just a perspective thing.
You
going
don't
up
get
on
people in the middle. Do you know what? He's very similar to Jamie Webster.
Yeah.
Very similar to Jamie Webster. Everyone either love him
or you hate him.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the country that hate him mainly because of his affiliation to football and his outspokenness about certain politics and stuff like that. Whereas fewer people love him because of that. Very.
That's the thing about politics. If you talk politics, you basically just cut your fan base in half.
And it's so stupid.
Which is stupid.
It's dumb. Like we have saying,
but there is ways to do it though. There is ways 100%. To do it
because politics is definitely in music.
And
it's always been. It's always been, and I feel like it's healthy way of expressing politics is through music. But it's weird that people are just completely like, I'm not listening to that person because I didn't like what they said.
Yeah. Agreed. But if you think about the Labour landslide in '99, the bloody Brian Cox's band, things can only get better. That won them the bloody election.
It did, yeah. No, it did.
It literally
did, yeah.
Like, it's mad.
And he's even come back now. So on the latest campaign trailer, we were playing outside Downing Street again, linking it back. Yeah,
that's quite funny.
That's just like music is like. But what I don't like about certain artists that turns me off a little bit about them, and Jamie Webster sometimes comes into this category of when they're over political. Like I like politics in music. I don't like it when you're doing a political tirade after every song. I'm very much like, let people interpret your music how they want to
let
interpret
the message
it.
be the music.
Stop trying to push an agenda on people.
And Seb Lowe's like that at the moment as well, where I think Seb Lowe is great musically, he's brilliant musically, but when you're going on your tirades, it just turns me off because I am a Labour voter, but don't tell me I'm a Labour voter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
let me interpret it how I want to.
Because I want to hear music and I want to escape the fact.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't want...
It's shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Shit
I know it's shit. I understand it's shit.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's shit.
I don't need to be reminded that I'm here to try and forget that bit.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I feel like if we were ever going to do anything politically charged, to say, for lack of a better term, it would be to take the far left and the far right and go, will you please hurry up and fucking meet in the middle somewhere.
I think it's
then also have a debate again.
It's wild because I hate the far left and I hate the far right. I hate both of them because
you're both wrong.
You're both wrong. Yeah. You can't. No one in this world can just say that everything is one way. It doesn't work like that.
And I think I don't know whether it's like since like
beginning
of like social media or something. I feel like people have lost the ability to have a healthy debate.
Yeah,
it's
course.
Like you think about like America and like the politics in America, it's like red or blue.
Yeah.
And it's like almost civil war levels of like devotion to it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not healthy. That
no, of course.
like,
it's getting like that over here.
It's getting like that over here. And it's like where do we like? Okay, so you're not going to listen to anything I'm going to say. We're not going to listen to anything you're going to say.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you generate like forward moving growth? How the fuck do you like develop
it's like you
policy?
can't have an opinion. It's like someone's choosing your opinion for you. And I'm
crazy.
like, I don't get me wrong, I hate the Tories, but certain elements of it when they come out and I'm like, I can agree with agree with one of their policies. Why can't I agree with one of their policies but don't want to vote for the party?
Well, it's like you said about like with the far left and in the extremes.
Yeah.
Often one extreme is an overcorrection of the other extreme.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So what it ends up being is like, oh well, there's this particular thing that the far right does that causes a massive issue. So the far left do the opposite, but then that in itself causes another issue.
Yeah.
So it's like an overcorrection. So it's like
it's basically it's two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, it's basically what it is.
Yeah, and it's very big at the moment because of like the Irish they're exploding, and I get why the Irish have politicised the music because. Yeah, I feel like they have a right to. Because they've been so.
The Irish have got like a big culture around. There's a big tradition around it.
I get that more. I understand that a lot more because you have been oppressed for so long. Like, fair enough, you're talking about it, and fair enough, you're singing about it. I get that a lot more than I get other people being like, you have to be.
And it's much better than committing acts of terrorism.
Yeah,
much better.
What a better way to express yourself?
Yeah, much better.
But I also like their music is brilliant as well. I think they do it perfectly.
Tickle me, lads. Rivia does not condone terrorism.
That's gonna be the group chat.
We like pyrotechnic explosions, and that's about it.
For stage purposes only.
I mean, we best move back onto the. Cause I enjoyed that last 15 minutes, but people want to hear about the band, and then you'll be having the other lads being like, "Wasn't Peter gonna be like, what are you talking about?"
Guys, we've left the band.
Got a new single in a few months, so let's talk about that. So yes. you do have a new single coming out in a few months. You're aiming for early summer sort of release.
Early summer, yeah.
Is that primed, ready for the festival season? Is that what you've got in mind?
That's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
It's all we're gonna try and time everything. Like at the moment, we're setting up the dominoes.
Yeah.
And then midsummer, we want to go.
The original plan was to have it out round about now.
Yeah.
For the headline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because Fallin's been doing so well,
the
tail end of it, it's still getting pushed, and people are still playing, people are still talking to us about it.
You're riding the wave a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, we just thought, well, why rush the next week? Give Fallin its time in the spotlight. Let it have its moment, and then we'll get through this headline. We'll drop a new tune, and then it's like, then we've at least got something for when we do the festivals, when we do these other gigs coming up. And it's like, oh, they did this recently.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've made the mistake in the past of like rushing a release, and it's kind of like
it's exciting.
While we've got it out and stuff, it would have been like hindsight 2020 and all that, but it would have been better for us to wait and actually implement a little bit more of a strategy and things like that. So we're trying to do that more, aren't we? And trying to really sort of nail it down and take all the data that we've got. Because the one thing we never used to do as a band is analyze our data. Like you've got
not very well anyway.
Yeah.
You've got all these different like social media and like streaming like numbers and things like that, and you go, well, where are they actually coming from? And like how many what's the retention of like people watching our videos, and how can we make that increase and all that kind of stuff? And we're actually trying to like implement that into our strategies now, which is it's a bit of a different ball game, to be honest. Again,
so my TikTok clips do well. I'm just very lazy making them.
Yeah.
And it's really bad because I don't like editing. I'm too skittish. Yeah. I want to meet people. That's why I do the podcast. I don't do it. But at the end of the day, I've got 2.5k followers on TikTok, and they always get 10k views. Like,
that's
do you know what I mean? But it's just hard. You've got to play the game sometimes, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
But I do it when I'm in the mood to play the game. So it's like once every 2 weeks. On the Thursday afternoon when I'm quiet at work, that is when the TikTok clip will be made.
Yeah.
I like that though. Because I imagine, because TikTok's so over-edited, so hyper, it's so fake, having something on there that probably is a bit more authentic.
Yeah.
And it's just raw footage.
You just need to... So the best tip I can give for TikTok is subtitle everything.
Yeah.
Even if it's a cheesy vlog, you have to subtitle it because there's so much of TikTok watch without sound. Yeah. You won't realise how much TikTok watch without sound.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it?
Like, when I'm on the train to town, I'll be sat with my missus and she'll be sat there on TikTok with no sound on. Yeah. And if there's no subtitles, she swipes right off. It's not a cool dog video, but you know, one of them. Yeah. And you just need to make sure you just hashtagging the fuck out of it and just make sure that you let the comments go.
Well, now the TikTok are cracking down on hashtags, aren't they?
So I always do no more than 6 hashtags because if you over hashtag it, that's when you go into spam.
Yeah.
I do 6 or 7 more often than not, and they're always different on every video, so it means that you're not doing spam content sort of
it's
thing.
Similar on Instagram. So Instagram did a thing for a while where, so we did it as a bit of a strategy to try and sell tickets and gain a bit of support. Was if we this is like a few years ago, we were very much like a Foo Fighters sound, or like the alt rock sound. So we'd find bands that were similar to us using the data from Spotify. It's like, oh, here's what other people are listening to. They'll listen to you. So we go on, like, if the Foo Fighters posted something, we would also post something, and then we would go on to the likes of the Foo Fighters post, and like the first like 29 people on there.
Yeah.
We just go on their profile and like something.
Yeah, like follow.
Okay.
And it might not even follow them. It might just literally be a like, and then they see that come up in their feed. It's like, Rivia have liked this post by you. It's like,
who's that?
Click on it. Oh, it's a band. Oh, they like
sound
Foo
like my
Fighters.
favourite band.
And we actually found that work, but
interesting.
Only 29, because as soon as you go to 30, you spam and you get soft.
So my Instagram is fucked. It is like my Instagram is essentially fucked. That's why. But stories, I still get a few hundred views on it. But I did a lot of collab posting with a lot of people, and when certain bands have got to a certain stage and people are told them to clean up their image, they've uncollabed with me, and it's fucked me, basically.
Oh, wow.
So I've had so many people uncollab with me, former guests, that my Insta is fucked.
Why would they do that?
It's just what...
Is that labels telling them to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, bastards.
I really
So that's the simple thing. Like my Instagram is just knackered with it. But I'm not doing it like... Obviously, if this was a job for me, that would fuck me.
Yeah.
But it's not my job, so it's all right at the end of the day. Yeah. But it's just...
It's a passion project.
Certain things like that, you're a bit like... Oh. But the good thing is, because I've got... like, guest in the bank now. Yeah. Like, I met world champion boxers and I'm like, I'm fucking sick that. I'm like,
that is cool.
But you do have to play the game a little bit. You have to sort of analyse these certain things and sort of be a bit more careful with it. Whereas I was like, jump head first into it, let's go.
We've even like took that sort of like mindset and applied it to the new tune, because the new tune doesn't have an intro. It just goes
straight in. Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm thinking like my favourite Kasabian song is Il Rey the King, and that doesn't have an intro. It's straight, bam, wow. Yeah. You're telling, I like that.
Well, Spotify's killed the intro.
That's got to be an opener for you, though. Imagine you're playing like Liverpool Arena, you've curtain up, curtain drops, bang straight into it.
It would be a good opener.
I think it would be a good opener actually as a tune.
Straight away.
Little sneaky clip for the podcast. The opening lyric is in right off the deep end.
Oh, nice. So straight away, that is perfect for a stand gig.
That is.
The song itself is about
looks like we found our new opener.
The song itself is about like everyone.
It's a little bit protesty.
Yeah, as a musician, the music industry at the moment is very much starting out is great.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's great.
Yeah.
And in the middle, there's like this chasm.
Yeah.
There's like this chasm of like
expensive chasm.
Yeah, thinking about financially at the beginning, you can do small venues because small venues are cheap to hire and you can get enough people in them for the ticket prices to make a profit. Mm-hmm. After small venue, you get to like medium-sized venues, which are disappearing.
Yeah, we're literally witnessing the death of the 300 cap venue.
Yeah, and we're there, like we're in that middle ground of it's like a chasm where the hire of the venue costs so much that you're barely breaking even if you sell out on tickets.
So where can we find you then? Are you on across all socials the same handle? Or?
Yeah, at Rivia.band.
So satisfying when it's like that, isn't it? It's so satisfying.
Yeah, the one that's the kicker is the Gmail.
Is the email.
Rivia.music. For some reason we couldn't have Rivia.band.
Yeah.
But we have our management email, which is We believe.
Just
speak to them.
Yeah, speak to her, and she's lovely.
Yeah.
And also make sure you are supporting the new music, as we've sort of spoken about throughout the podcast. There's so many amazing artists out there, and also see support bands. So many people don't see support.
Yeah, it's so...
And I'm like, you paid the money.
We don't tell people set times for that reason. We go,
tell them
doors are at 7 o'clock. So
yeah.
That's it.
I like to go and see support bands, and at the end of the day, your favourite band was a support band at one point. So go and see them. And you'll find new bands, you'll find things that you like. It's important.
And that's the other thing as well, as a support band, just like, because it's one thing being a headliner and like, people go and see the headliner and stuff, and don't tell people set times. Tell them the doors. That's it.
Yeah.
And then as a support band as well, though, don't be asking when you are on, just so you can tell all your guys who are coming we're on at like 7:30, we finish at 8.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Get all your people to
everybody on the bill needs to be, doors are 7.
You have to work together. It's a full. Because for example, like you've done 2 huge support shows, haven't you? You supported the Wombats, haven't you? And you supported Mallory Knox. The Wombats are huge.
The Wombats was a experience.
Yeah,
it was a taste.
It was insane.
Yeah, it was a taste of like things to come.
What are the Wombats like?
They are bloody lovely.
They're amazing.
They are really funny as well.
I could have predicted that.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're just so down to earth.
Yeah. I love Dan. Like Dan's a bit of me. He's just very happy-go-lucky, very sort of chilled.
He's been to a few of our gigs.
Yeah.
One of the best compliments I've ever had as a drummer is Dan came to see our gig and he said me double bass pedal footwork was just perfect.
Yeah. And you're like...
I was like, the Wombat.
Retire.
I was like, drummer from the Wombats is just complimenting me footwork. And then
their boss, man.
Todd as well. Todd is
lovely.
He's just an animal as well. When he's a proper social animal. Yeah. But like when he's had the drink, he's a good laugh as well. He's a nice guy.
They're a brilliant band as well.
I nearly spilt red wine all over Murph once. That was not one of my strongest evenings.
Yeah,
to say the least.
I remember when on the support we were playing, and I saw Murph come to the side of the stage. Murph keeps to himself when they're gigging.
He's quite reserved.
He just like they've got their own space, and he goes up there and he stays in that space. And I get that, fully respect that.
Yeah.
But when we were playing, he did come down. I saw him on the side. I remember looking over to him because I had a GoPro on, and I remember looking at the GoPro and being like, "Oh shit!" And he was just standing there, and he just watched us for about 2 or 3 songs. And we finished the song, and I looked over to you, still there, and he just went and walked off. I was just like,
because you're such a different sound. Do you reckon? Do the Wombats look for that sort of getting a different sort of sound?
They did for those gigs.
On those Mountford Hall gigs that they did, because it was like 3,
I think it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday they played. We played the Thursday, and they had one band that was main support for all 3 days, and then they had, what was that main support band? That's terrible, I can't remember. Vistas, yes.
They were boss, by the way.
Yeah, and they were sound as well. Nice meeting them.
From Scotland, I think.
Are they from Manchester?
They might be from Manchester.
I think they're from Manchester.
They're from somewhere that isn't South.
Yeah, isn't Liverpool.
They're from like bloody Brighton.
They were sound, and but all 3 nights they had a different opener.
Yeah.
And we were told. So Dan, we done sound check.
Get
on this. So we done a sound check. And Dan came up to us afterwards, and we were like, "How did that sound?" Because we're very bare bones. We don't use like in-ears or anything. And he was like, "Yeah, man, sounds really good." Like, I just want to preface though, like, you know, you guys have sound check. Your sound checks at like, I think we're like 6:30 till 7.
Yeah.
And doors were at like, oh no, that was it. We finished at 7:15.
Yeah.
And doors were at 7.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, so don't be disheartened if there's like maybe 100 people in the crowd. Nice. It's in a 3,000 cap venue. And we were like, man, 100 people. Like, we're happy with that. Which means disheartened, 100 sick.
I'm up with a crew.
Yeah. So we were like, yeah, man, no worries. And he kind of gave us that as like, boys, you know, don't take it. Like,
don't worry, basically, you know.
But because we don't fuck about with sound check, we finished sound check in about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah,
they opened the doors at 7:15.
Yeah.
So we had half an hour of the doors being open.
Yeah.
And we're all we're backstage. We can't see anything. It's like a big corridor, and there's like curtains up to block the backstage. So you can't see anything.
And it takes like bloody 5 minutes to actually get from where you sat to the stage. It's not like, you know, like normal venues. It's just like a green room, a door, a stage.
Loads of corridors that you have to go through. And
bloody marathon to get to the stage. Like, was out of breath by the time we got there.
And then we got there, and there was a guy, like a security fella on the door. And Warren was at the front, so it was me, and then I think it was you and Keegan, and Warren was at the front, and the fella on the security guy just went to Warren. He said, "A few people out there, you know."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, cheers, mate." Warren walks up these steps, and he just turned around, just went.
It's like,
oh no.
I genuinely thought he pooed his pants last.
And he looked at me and I was like, why, what? And then I got up and it was front to back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Full
and I looked back and it was like, nah.
Oh my God.
There's more than 100.
Literally.
and we sat down. So when we got on stage, the the crowd was back to where the sound desk was.
Yeah.
By the time we got about 3 songs in, it was to the door.
Full,
which was, I think it was 3,500.
Yeah.
3,000. And we had a friend in the audience, Chris, he went up to like the guy on the door. He was like had a little counter thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me, mate, how many people are in there at the moment? He said, I don't know, it broke at 1,000. And he was like, when was that? It was about 10 minutes ago. So we got on stage, we start playing. And yeah, by the time we finished, there was about at least 3,000 people in there.
Oh dear.
It was cool.
It was mad. It was proper like
very cool.
And the whole thing. I had a chest rig on.
Yeah,
I had a camera watching. So the whole thing's on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, Drum Cam.
Class.
And I have gone into work and seen that on somebody's whiteboard as well. Some of them have been searching it.
Make sure you definitely go and check these boys out on their social media. Do follow the Rivia boys, and make sure you check out your merch as well, because you do sell merch.
Yeah, we have
and that's a great way
online
to
store. It's all very environmentally friendly, and
it's all made to order.
Nice. It's all on your link tree, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm just going to put the link tree in the description as well. If you are listening to this on Spotify, please do give a 5-star review. Make sure you follow, check these out, like their songs, add them into your playlist, enjoy them. My personal favourite is Fallin. I do really like that. And then if you are on YouTube, please do subscribe again, check out the boys. If you want to see any certain bands on here, do let me know and I'll try and get them on. Any recommendations for me?
Get the Lilacs on.
Love the Lilacs on.
The boys on.
Get Gondolas on, who were supporting us.
Kairos.
Get the Kairos on, they're always a good laugh. I would say if you can, they're probably like they're absolutely flying these days. But if you can, get Red Rum on, Red Rum Club.
Oh, that'd be so brilliant
because they're boss.
The sound as well.
Yeah, lovely lads. Like they looked after me. Like we basically grew up in the same sort of area and stuff, and they looked after me and they showed me, like Mike from Red Rum basically taught me how to write songs. So I've got nothing but love and respect for those dudes.
Love that. Definitely. Well, make sure you do check the lads out. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.
Love you lots.